better, but that's something that we just can't have as a football team. We can't accept.
I was just talking to Arion, and he thought that there was excessive flags today. Was there any thought about that as a staff, or is that something you just don't look at?
You can't look at it. I mean, you can't. If you're worried about the flags and you're not focused on what you're supposed to be doing, you know, the flags are what they are, and you just got to focus as coaches and players on playing that play and then getting ready for the next play. And so, yeah, you can't worry about that stuff.
Dakota had some good moments, had some not so great moments. Give your overall assessment of how he played today.
Sure. Very proud of his effort. He's a true competitor. He loves to compete, very tough. And I thought he, at times, looked great. You know, there's, like everyone across the board, there's always things you can do better. And to answer that correctly, I have to go back and watch the tape.
You change things when Royce goes out. I mean, you've got their backs you like, but they're just kind of a different style there. Does it have to change you?
Well, I mean, you don't like when Royce goes out, but we feel really good about the guys behind him. I think those guys all showed they can do really good things, and we knew that coming into the game. We feel blessed that we have 4 good backs, and you know, it's not a good situation when you lose your best back, but when you have good backs like that, it makes it easier.
Brooks James looked like he has some, can be a short yardage guy there. He was able to kind of get out on the side. Maybe not going through a different kind of short yardage, but able to kind of get you through in some of those situations.
Yeah, I think both him and Kanai are complete backs. I mean, they can run it inside, they can run it outside, they can catch. They do a good job in protection. You know, sometimes those guys get overshadowed when you have a great player like Royce, but it was really an opportunity when Royce did go down for them to step up, and they did.
What play were you guys trying to execute on the last fourth down, 4th and 18, I think?
The 4th and 18, was that the incompletion?
The last play of the game, basically, for you guys. Crew Cup got caught running the ball.
Sure. Well, it wasn't a quarterback run. It was something that we prepared for. We were prepared for those situations based on tendencies. We thought they were going to be an 8-man coverage, so it was a down the field pass. That, you know, I have to go back and look at the film to see if was it really open or wasn't open, or how we protected it. But it was a pass designed to get a first down, and it obviously didn't.
Sorry, I stepped in late if you've already answered this, but how would you evaluate Dakota's performance today?
I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of the way he competed. I think every game he's played in, he showed toughness, great competitive spirit, and I think he's an inspiration. He inspires me. He inspires our football team.
Most of the game today, you had 4 freshmen at the offensive line. How would you evaluate how the offensive line did today?
Sure. You know, that's a hard question because you have to really watch the tape to see that. You know, from a play calling standpoint, I'm trying to see what they're doing, and so sometimes you don't always see that until after you go back and watch it. Just to be honest with you, but I was very proud. I mean, we ran the ball on them in the second half with those 4 freshmen, and they did some good things because we wouldn't have got those runs if they wouldn't have played well. And so again, I'm proud of those guys. I think their confidence is getting better and better each week because they're having some success, and they're great kids. They're fun guys to be around, and they went in there in an exciting environment and competed their butts off, and that's really all you can ask for.
Flat coming out after the halftime. It's been like 3 games now that it's been a little flat after half. What you need to do on that?
Well, obviously we don't want to be flat. You know, we want to call plays at work, and we went 3 and out on the first half. At the second half, right? We came out, we went 3 and out, and yeah, it was a combination of give Nebraska credit. They did a good job, and then we could have executed a little bit better. But sometimes it is what it is. But I thought I was very proud of our guys because, well, we went 3 and out, and I think they moved the ball, and our guys responded by coming back and still being on attack mode and still, I mean, hey, flushing that series behind us and let's move on. And at the end, we still had a chance, you know, and that's, as a coach, that's all you can ask for.
This is general, but overall, your evaluation of the offense coming out of today's game?
Very proud of the way they played, very proud of how hard and how they played every play to win. You know, there's the penalties, things that beat ourselves. There were times that, you know, as coaches, that we can do a better job, and players. When you lose a football game, it's everybody. And everyone has to take some responsibility. And we're going to go back and look at the film and see what we can do better. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff we can do better. But I got to give Nebraska a lot of credit because, you know, they're a good football team and they did a good job.
Late in the first half, before Nebraska ran back that punt and gave themselves a chance to score the touchdown before halftime, there's been a lot of criticism about kind of the clock management with that second down pass. Is that all a stretch that you would take back if you could do it over again?
Late in the first half?
Yeah, second guessing, but.
Well, I mean, yeah, if it's one of those situations where our offense is, we're always on attack mode. You know, we thought we had time to go score, and that was our mindset. And that's who we are. That's what we want our players to play that way. So as coaches, we coach them that way. You know, in hindsight, you like to say, if we got a first down there, maybe they wouldn't have got the ball. But, you know, our mindset, we're always on attack mode. You know, we want to win the football game, but we want to attack. And at that point, at the end of the first half, we felt good about our 2-minute package, and that was in our heads.
How do you plan to coach the penalty issue? I mean, what do you say to the guys?
Well, first of all, we're not going to tolerate it, and if it's an issue, that person won't play, no matter who the player is. But to answer that question better, we need to get together as a staff, you know, and figure out what we are going to do. We've already addressed, but obviously it happened today, so we had to do a better job of that. But yeah, so sometimes when guys play with a lot of emotion, you know, and that's their edge, they got to be able to understand, hey, I cannot hurt the football team. And sometimes taking that fine line off, hey, when the whistle's over, it's over, because there's no excuse for that. That's got to come from us as coaches, and the person's got to be able to have that type of self-control, or we have to play somebody else.
To use that final drive kind of as tape to show the guys, hey, we were moving the ball perfectly, and then the penalty just kind of killed it? Yeah,
sure. I mean, there were so many different plays when you look at a game like that. I mean, things that I could have done better. It's hard to, you can't say one play. Now, there's a whole bunch of woulda, coulda, shouldas where a thing here or a thing there where that could change the game. And a close game, you're always going to have that, you know. So yeah, and I can't say like it wasn't one play one person that cost us that football game. I mean, Nebraska did a heck of a job. Our guys played hard, and at the end of the game, they won it.